Aries, welcome to Deep Heights. Thank you for joining me. My name is Deborah. I'm glad that you're here. I'm going to go ahead and get started and just do a general reading for you. What are the most important messages for you at this time? Realization. Aries, you are cardinal fire. You open the year, you open the season, you realize things, to realize, to bring something to have an idea realized, to create. And I feel really it's kind of you beginning to understand your own abilities to create. Ah, the frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. Yeah. The 37, becoming a 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune card. I think this is guided. I think of Jupiter here with the wheel, guidance from the mutable fire that Sagittarian energy is. Of what the Temperance card really has to say to you, Aries, personified by the Emperor card. What does the Temperance card of balance and creation and tempering that fire a little bit to where it's able to create something sustainable. Hopefully that's coming out correctly. See what deck I want to use here. Use this deck. And also I'm drawn to say real eyes, realize, realize, even though that seems kind of, but it's the ability, like your realness is able to create realness and see that within others. I feel like it's almost a moment of awe and pause for you in your life. And even the colors here, we have these oranges, which could be red, kind of tempered with these blues and greens. This, it kind of looks like a snowflake, which is this ice, this water, that it takes something icy to cool down that heat, that fire within you. And it's very individualistic. Every snowflake is completely unique and its own, just as we all are as individual people. It feels happy and joyful, whatever it is. All right, let's see. The Nine of Pentacles coming out here, and the Six of Pentacles coming out on the bottom of the deck. You see the Hermit, he's trying to poke out here. Whatever you're doing as you are ruling in your own world, because I'm seeing you very Emperor-ish with this calm, cool center of control of your own self and your own world. And whatever it is that you're doing, you're very centered and very much in control. Very self-made, very self-sustainable. I see you having everything that you need. And you have like eyes in the sky, because she's here, she's got this falcon, and like this falcon can go about above the land and see what else is out there and report back to her. It's not like a spy kind of way, but as an observing kind of way, how I was saying those real eyes, realize, real lies, because the bird would symbolize spirit, the falcon flies higher. It's I think like a bird I would think of individual, alone, a bird that flies alone, that you're okay with yourself, like as an I. No one is able to come and knock you, surprise you, catch you by surprise, or anything like that. The Six of Pentacles here, I see you having a lot of stability. A lot of the Knight of Pentacles below that, but the World reversed behind this. There are lessons yet to be learned, which I think is normal. But there's some type of perhaps business venture that isn't quite finished with yet. Show me the situation for Aries, please. What's going on? I'm going to draw 3 cards. We'll take those 2. So we have the 2 of Swords reversed, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Cups. King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. There's that masculine fire energy. I was talking about seeing this very, very strong-willed, very successful, very brilliant, very knowledgeable, very much in charge of whatever it is that you're doing. There could be something that's kind of attempting to throw you off of something really challenging your stability, with this 2 of Swords being reversed here, the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Cups. It's almost like a fog, like a smoke, really, with the 10 of Wands, all of this fire, this intense fire, the 2 of Swords being a card of air, of reprieve, almost a temporary sense of peace with the 2 of Swords while you're trying to figure things out, but it's like you don't have that. It's like it's like being in a fire, like in a forest fire, and not really knowing how to find your way because you're choking on the air, makes you sick, you have to drop down somehow to find your way out. Wow, a lot of fire here. So we have the King of Wands, the 8 of Swords reversed, Page of Wands, Queen of Swords, and the Fool. You have a lot of passion for whatever it is and experience, very no nonsense, but at the same time, very free. I think that's what you can kind of rely on here, is that no matter what anybody does to you or tries to say to you, whatever fires that they're able to start, you're always going to be able to see clearly through this, whatever it may be. And relationships, love relationships, work, with family, with your own self, or just, kind of like the world at large, with everything that's going on. I want to get an animal energy for you. Really, I think, because it's not with the eyes that you see, it's not with the eyes, these eyes, it's the eyes of intuition, of the heart, of just that inner knowing that it wouldn't matter what kind of obstacles that they would put up for you on the outside, that as long as you keep your own inner fire, you'll be able to find your way through other fires. So the dragonfly is on the top of this stack, and the hawk here, which kind of doesn't surprise me because we have that falcon there, which I was talking about here, with that ability to see, that sense of aloneness. This dragonfly, and really it's the water here tempering like this fire. How you fly, flying light, because dragonflies are born in water. They're associated with psychic ability. Some people say they're like angels and loved ones come to greet us, but I feel like this brings some emotional intelligence, some emotional stability, some intuition, definitely some magic and intuition within you that is around you, no matter where you are. And I'm also thinking in Lord of the Rings, how in the movies, the little moth had come to Gandalf when he's on top of Orthanc, and he whispers to it, and it goes off and it talks to the eagle, and Gwahir comes in and gets Gandalf. And again in the movies, I think it's at the last and at the battle in Mordor, the little right before they throw the ring into the fire. Anyway, it kind of comes and shows, but that's what it is. It's like at that moment when you're in the heat of battle, Aries, you're this Martian energy, this warrior, And it's very appropriate, I think, analogy to come from this. Like, it's important that you are always fighting, the good fight. And I really see you doing that. And you may be feeling like you're having to do it alone. I know I've said in other readings, when I see this card here, the hawk, I think of the line from the D.H. Lawrence book, The Man Who Lived, which is about Jesus, and he says, the Jesus character, he has him say, "My way is my own alone." And sometimes we have to go out on our own, and we don't have any support from others, but you do have inner support, you have spiritual support, and I think that's going to be very important, because so many times in life it's like we're not quite able to put our finger on some type of situation. You just know it's wrong. You can't really explain. It's not what's said, it's how it's said. It's not, what it is, it's how it is, or how it feels. Those perceptions, like I feel yours are very keen. Your ability to pick up on your insight, you're able to see through other people, and it gives you a great advantage, but it's also threatening, because there are other forces at work here kind of underlying, you know. But just as much as there's always these negative type of forces, there are good forces as well. And that's what I feel like this is. It's like this is you. You're this hawk energy. You are this great warrior bird. you know, and you have help. Even though it's different, it's coming from something much more fragile and delicate, which are kind of how the intuition is, and the sensitivity to subtext. Wow, that's really deep, Aries. I want to say that the Nine of Pentacles is Jupiter and Virgo. I think that's what this is. I was talking about this Jupiter energy, and Virgo, of course, is mutable Earth, changes. Because the name of this card is gain, that you're able to sustain whatever it is that you have, be it financial wealth or the inner wealth of vision, which can't be bought, that cannot be taught. I feel like in some ways it's earned, but not through money. What have you to say to Aries? What have you to say to Aries about the situation that they're dealing with? Smoke and fire. I think one of the last readings I did for you had and I even had connected the song from, it was from The Hobbit, but it was the Icy Fire, which is interesting. And it's been a minute since I've done a reading for Aries, that this is actually coming up again, this smoke and fire, which, yeah, oppression. It's the name of this card. Oh my God, it freaks me out. Y'all, this freaks me out. It's uncanny. Sorry. Realizing. Wait for the moment of realization. Spooky. When the cards want to talk, they want to talk. A restrictive and adverse state as a result of internal weakness or external strength, or both. You cannot go into the image pool hoping to find a resolution. That's interesting. The image pool. You cannot go into the image pool expecting to find a resolution. Because the Two of Swords is a card, even when it's upright, it's unstable. It's unstable. It's not lasting. The name of the card is Peace. It says something about peace. They didn't. But But wow, that's 47 is the 11, which the 11, I think of the 11 card in tarot is the Justice card. The Adjustment card, which is your opposite, the Adjustment card, rules Libra, is associated with Libra, which is your opposite. And, when I first was talking about this Jupiterian energy, this art, this temperance, this conversation between Jupiter, of course, and Mars, but the conversation between Venus and Mars, which is the conversation of life, right? This sense of war and peace, that we struggle with within ourselves, and then is projected into the world outside. Self-oppression here is line 3, which is the Empress card. Looking outside of your sign, maybe Aries, and casting your gaze upon that of the Adjustment card and what that means. To have to make adjustments to others and to self. Or maybe other people making too many demands on you to adjust, which could be unfair. That's for you to know and to understand, but whatever it is, it's got you in a state that's restricting you. It could be stopping you from flying, stopping you from seeing, talking about how you are in this smoke and fire. Okay, I don't want to get too lost in that. Let's get, I want to get some clarity on that. And I'm going to use the Thoth deck. Let's get some clarity here on this oppression. Wait for the moment of realization. But what do? Are you supposed to stand still if you're choking and you can't breathe? You've got to move. You can't be choked out, right? But what do they say? The smoke rises, you have to get down. Something in that about getting down to the earth, talk about that Virgoan energy, getting down to the earth. You may have Virgo or Earth prominent in your chart, and moon or rising, an Earth moon or an Earth rising. What's the advice for Aries at this time? What's the advice for Aries at this time, please? There's that King of Wands, the Four of Swords. We had the King of Wands already on the bottom of the deck. He's still there. I call this my Crowley card. I don't know if I've said it in your readings. In this deck, in the Thoth deck, made by Aleister Crowley, I call this my Crowley card because it's love under will. It's what that means. How you move through life. The lion is being pulled. Crowley moved the 8 and the 11 card. He changed the Strength card and made it 11, and the Adjustment card and made it the 8 card. And there are reasons why he did this, but I would only be speculating. Nonetheless, here we have the lion, which would become the 11 card. Thinking about adjustment, but it's all red, but there's that green. There's that Venusian green, which is, the adjustment. I'm going to relate that to the adjustment and how you move through life. And that's your advice. That you will know victory because you are victory. This Four of Swords here, this truce. Then we have the Five of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords. I really feel like this is how you approach it, because in the middle of all of this, conflict, difficulty, discord, loss of material wealth, psychological madness, there's some sense of calmness and peace, and there's also the ability to grow. This is the Ophion's Gate here, this card, talks about, you know, shedding that old skin, getting down to the earth, you know, sliding on your belly somehow, some type of serpent symbolism within here. But it's winged. I also sometimes think about this card, even though it sounds kind of corny, as the snitch, like from Harry Potter. You know, you have to catch the snitch in the midst of all of this madness because it's right in the middle. You know, and they're on their brooms, right, when they're playing Quidditch, but I don't know why, but that seems appropriate. But you know, you're flying in the air and you've got to get it. You've got to catch something, to realize something, to create something. I was talking in the beginning about the realization, the realizing an idea, the realizing of a project here, you know. But it is not without its difficulty. It's like you have many enemies, some silent and some very much in your face. And you may feel frozen, like like it says, you know, a restrictive and adverse state, you know, and it says of an internal weakness, you know. And we all struggle with, you know, if you're playing a game, you know, there are always those who would cheat and want to take the easy way out and be a bully, or but I don't think that you are that way, or you're even wanting to be that way. And you might feel like it's a hindrance to you because it makes you feel left out because you're good. You do have values, morals, integrity, a way that you will move and a way that you will not move. You know, you'll play the game, but you won't cheat to win, even though they'll cheat to win. I want to know who's helping you here. We had this dragonfly, but it's like your intuition, this water, this guidance. This took on a whole exciting turn I wasn't expecting when I sat down to read for you, Aries. Because I feel like in Gladiator, you know, like there's a lot of hope, and you have this something that's indomitable about your spirit, that despite all of this difficulty and heaviness, you know, it's a masculine energy, but you don't need to be a man to feel this and have this and utilize this for your being. That you're not just gonna let somebody come in and kick you. You're not gonna lay down and die without a fight. The Ace of Wands and the Strength card. And this card, Ten of Cups and the Wheel. Endurance. This is the ram. The acorns in this deck are the wands. But this is the Capricorn, which is Earth. We have a lot of tens here, the 10th house of Capricorn. But this is not giving up. Oh no, this is not Capricorn. This is the ram. What am I talking about? I'm all in space, lost in the sauce. That's the ram, baby. That's you. Gotta stop the reading and go die of embarrassment for calling that Capricorn, huh? You know, that's the ram, the son of the morning. Creative force and confidence. It's like I feel like nothing can get in your way, you know, because it's your happiness as well, because we have the Strength card here, which is Leo, which is, you know, here the animal here is this big elephant that nothing's getting in its way. If the elephant is coming after you, you're going to get out of the way of it. You know, but we have this 10 of Cups here, you know, which is moved through joy, through happiness, through care. And it's like it's tempered somehow so it matches. So whatever, I don't want to say that it's righteous, but it's good. It's justified. You know, it's sometimes it's you need to go to war and fight for a good reason. And of course yourself is a good reason. And we have the wheel again here, this Jupiter energy. A lot of this water and fire and intelligence. And it's like you're not just fighting with brute force. You you do have great intelligence. You are calm. You can be collected as well. And that's definitely I feel the major part of advice here is to know your enemy, you know, understand your enemy, know the right time to act, you know, because I think sometimes as with with this, you know, octopus here, it's like it can latch on, but it can let go. They can like get in, they can squish down and get through little places. But it's up to you, you know, what you're going to hang on to and what you're going to let go of. You have a lot of resources available to you. I almost feel like there's a magician energy here with this wheel. I wouldn't want to meet you on the battlefield. Not like this, for sure. I feel it's like Theoden, you know, it's like forth and fear no darkness. Whatever is bearing down on you. But we also have this wait for the moment of realization as well. And I think that is the difficulty. It's like there's the rub, you know, and that would be up to you because tarot's not going to tell you. I can't tell you, you know, when that right moment is, you know, but it's the wait for the right moment of realization. And I think that kind of complicates things, but you'll know. You're the warrior. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna get a card from this deck and then I'm gonna close because this one was kind of long. Not that that's bad, but ooh, I didn't want these to be mixed up. Sorry, I'm just considering here because I'm just thinking so much about you being this amazing force when you move and as you move, but it's this, you know, caution to wait for the moment of realization. It's like I said a bit in earlier, it's like how do you wait if you're choking when you're choking? What are you waiting for? Fascinating. Mind-bending, almost. Purify. Sage. You know, just think about, you know, like burning sage, you know. Exorcise the demons. Purifying the air that you breathe, maybe your lungs. If you smoke, maybe smoking less. Definitely thinking about that, but you know the benefits, but whatever could be blocking you in your body, toxins in your body, you know. Smoke, definitely smoke. There was a lot with the smoke. So if you smoke, take some care, you know, about the smoking. Definitely just for the health of your body, for your lungs, for your spirit. So We have this purify here. Okay, now we're going to close. Sage is relevant for you somehow. Maybe you pick sage, you burn a lot of sage. It's very sacred. It's a very sacred herb, very medicinal. It grows on I lived in Northern California. I would go pick it with my brother sometimes. It kind of grows, off on the side of the mountains, and of course you want to pick it to where it continues to grow and not destroy it. Reunion of Souls. This card had come out. We have integration on the bottom of the deck. There's that serpent symbolism I was talking about here. This is the integration, the earth. Of course, I would think of the Scorpio, in the 8th house here with this serpent, but card 33, it's a sacred number, the 33. There's another bird, you coming up as this hawk energy. It's like finding help, on in this, somehow as well. Unexpected. You may feel alone. I think you're going to meet a friend. This is the 7 card. 7 is the chariot, but 7 is also the 7th house. And the first thing I wanted to say, which I didn't think would be very popular, was that, it's integrating that Venusian energy of your opposite, of Libra, into this Aryan energy, this very Aries, Martian, battle, roar energy with this, I don't want to say softer, because Libran energy is not necessarily soft, it's sharp. But it can be soft, which Aries can as well, but temperance is what I want to talk about here, and the aspects of your being, to where you can move through the world integrated and wise. I think of Fritz Springmeier, his book, Be Wise as Serpents and Gentle as Doves. Even though, from Jesus, the be ye wise as serpents. So you will know. And when you do realize, those realize. Hopefully this has all made sense and helped you in some kind of wonderful way. I look forward to seeing you again. I wish you luck on this journey.